got to feel in heaven when my lover's near. Lord, let this moment last for another year. Though today has ended, the night's still young, I'd say. Lover, don't go away. Let it be the thing that I am longing for. Let's fly out from Manhattan to the California shore, just to watch the ships at night on the San Francisco Bay. Oh, lover, please, please stay. Don't say you have to go. Don't say you need to run. Stop the clock on Central Station and we can have a drink downtown. Let it be the night that I am longing for. Let's fly down south to Austin or to Ecuador, just to drink pina colada on a hot, wet summer's day. Oh, lover, please, please stay. Yeah!
Welcome everybody to the Stir Crazy Sancassette. I'm the Divine Denny D.
And I am Elle Diabloe.
And today it's our 25th episode.
25
episodes. One more week, it will officially be 6 months of episodes.
That's crazy.
I'm going to hit this, but I knew this would happen, and I forgot to change this button. I just forgot to change a button, and that's all. We're good. But, yes. And today's
I put on 25 pounds in 25 episodes.
You have not. You look beautiful. You look more beautiful today than you did in episode 1.
Aw, thanks. Your eyes have been...
I winked. That made it look like I didn't think that, but I do think that. I'm also just winked because I'm a smooth player. I'm a smooth operator, like Sade. Like Sade.
What did Sade say?
Sade. Sade says a lot of things. Most of them is well Sade, too. Today's episode is our Jewish episode because tomorrow starts Rosh Hashanah.
Is this true?
I knew it's funny when we put the post out last night for the promo. I put it up a bunch of different places, and you were asleep, and I put it all up of everybody come celebrate Yom Kippur, and then I just went, wait a minute, and I had to go back and edit all the posts.
Oh my God, yeah, because Yom Kippur we don't really celebrate. I mean, we observe it, but we don't. It's not really a celebration.
No, that's a sad one.
It's a fast.
That's at least it's quick.
You've got a little stuff happening over there.
Oh, really? Am I bleeding?
You're bleeding a little bit.
Well, you'll know why.
He bleeds for this show.
I do. Welcome everybody. If you haven't been here before, this started because of the COVIDs and the quarantine. We are 2 performers from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We both primarily work in the burlesque world. Mm-hmm. I am a comedian, a producer, a host, a writer.
I'm a burlesque dancer and choreographer and host and, stuff.
And when we couldn't start performing, we couldn't perform live anymore. We wanted to do something. And this medium just looked so much fun. And we decided we love to cook. We love food. We love cocktails. That's sort of a big part of our relationship. Mm-hmm. Also, I think a big part of the burlesque culture in general.
Yep. Well, cocktails for sure.
Cocktails for sure, but I think
and we're strippers who can eat.
Yeah. So I thought, so we thought let's do something that celebrated our love of food, our love of weirdness, our love of getting drunk.
Oh, I've been doing a lot of that.
And we'll bring it all to the best people in the world.
You. people.
And
You
today
people.
is going to be a fun day. I like
think
this.
so.
We got some really cool stuff. We're missing a few people again.
It's okay. People have things now.
They
Now that
have
we're
things.
half open, half closed. People
Mhm.
are technically all open. I don't know.
Oh, hang on. My half open, half
Oh, no,
closed? No, I'm
you're-
good. I'm good.
you're good.
I'm good.
You're good. Do you know I even left my hair au naturel because this is what I call
Is
my,
wet?
my juice roll.
Wet au naturel.
No, it's half curly, half not. It's.
I like it
how
when
my
it's.
hair
I
does.
like it when it's like a.
It's like a.
Like it's a
Like an
lion's
explosion on my
mane.
head.
It's phenomenal. My hair does one thing, which is lie down in the flat, straight possible way.
No, sometimes you get a little bit tintin.
But it had only at a certain shortness. Like if I had hair your length, I used to have hair down to
I've
here,
seen pictures.
and it was if for people who have to go out and iron their
Mhm.
hair to get that was just how I woke up. If I wanted to do anything besides have it fall straight down, it was days of work.
Days even.
I tried most of the time I wore it in one giant spike at the top of my head.
I'm so glad you were out of that phase by the time we met.
What, my punk rock face?
No, just
I'm
the
a fool.
giant spike on the top of your head. Phase.
Wow, I don't see. You never
It
saw
could've
me.
been sexy.
I love
Useful.
the cone heads. Jane Curtin is a cone head. That's sexy right there. You know why? That's quantities. Today's episode we're gonna eat some food that is traditional Rosh Hashanah food.
It's Jewishish food. you know?
Jewishish. Well, so you wouldn't eat.
Yeah, you can eat kugel. You can eat kugel at any meal, really. It's not like we, Rosh Hashanah, like we eat the ceremonial kugel. Like, no, we just, it's a thing.
Eat the ceremonial kugel.
Um,
There are a lot of ceremonial foods, though, aren't there?
There are, and various Jews from various places have various humor about their foods and
Mhm.
stuff. But traditionally for Rosh Hashanah, we do apples and honey.
Yeah.
To celebrate a sweet new year. Honey for sure. Lots of honey, like honeyed carrots,
Mhm.
that kind of stuff. New fruit, like pomegranate and stuff like that.
Why? What makes it a new fruit?
I think it's technically the fruit that is coming out now.
It's a
seasonally,
fall-
it's a fall fruit.
fall fruit.
And so, some people do whole fish or the head of a fish, which is more
Like
of
a whole of a fish is very hard to
uh,
cook.
It's more
Like
of
cooking
a
the whole of a donut.
Shush, hey! That's more of a Sephardic thing than it is
Timbit.
Ashkenaz.
Fish timbit.
Anyway,
Yeah, no. So
no, it's fine.
no, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
You
I'm sorry.
tell
I
them
was
about
being
Rosh
rude.
Hashanah and food.
I was just having fun with timbits and holes for the fishes. Fish holes. Good old English fish hole.
So you're a good old English fish hole.
So what would you do? Growing up, what would you normally do for Rosh Hashanah?
A lot of, and that was the other thing. There's a lot of stuff like challah with raisins in it, like that I wanted to make. I love challah.
My
love
mom makes a
challah.
very good challah.
But there's a lot of the stuff that I wanted to make tonight, like a brisket, which is also traditional in at
Mhm.
least in our family. Chicken soup matzo balls,
Mhm.
which is like just the best invention of life ever. But a lot of them take
I'll go with whiskey, but that's me.
too long to make on the show.
Yeah.
Like the challah had to rest and then rest, and it was going to be like a 5
On the
hour.
seventh day.
It rests. A brisket was also, it's like a slow cooker thing. So
Yeah.
Not a slow cooker, but it's cooked slowly.
Maybe next time if we do something like it would be fun to maybe get a pressure cooker and see if we can do it in the 2 hours.
2 hours, that might be interesting. So traditionally chicken soup and matzo balls. I'm not normally a kugel fan because kugel traditionally is more sweet.
See, this is where I'm a bit upset
all
today.
know about
I'm
how
a bit upset
Okay.
because I asked
did a
you
bait
earlier
switch.
for your ingredients for your kugel. Now, kugel happens to be my absolute favorite dessert that has ever existed on the planet. And I was very, very excited because I haven't eaten it in a very, very long time. And then I got your ingredients and I went, oh, we're not doing that kugel. I mean, I'm excited. It's going to be delicious. I'm not worried about that. But it's not
That's
what I
what
was hoping for.
every chef / wife wants to hear as we're about to get into the cooking of the food that we're going to eat tonight. Like, oh, you're making that.
Well, no, I wasn't. It's just I wasn't. It's not that. It was I wasn't expecting that. I was very excited because in my
For
head
sweet kugel.
it was a thing, and we hadn't really discussed the fact that it would be a savory kugel.
Mhm.
So and I
Although
have
you
no
know who
problem.
you're married to.
I know, but you also know who you're married to and what this just happens to mean to me. Anyway,
What are you making?
well, thank you for asking. Well, to me, I was like, and again, there aren't a lot of traditional cocktails when you come to like Rosh Hashanah specifically or Jewish food. It's funny when you do a search for Jewish cocktails, and I was doing a little bit of web hunting to try and get inspired. You'd come across a couple of things. It was just basically making all your standard cocktails you've ever heard about, but how to find in certain kosher whiskeys and things like that. And unfortunately, we're not going to be really worrying too much about kosher whiskeys. We're going with a rum, which is technically kosher. Kosher. It's technically kosher. Yeah, this is rum, so technically it will be kosher. But the brandy that we'll be using might not be. I don't believe Calvados is kosher.
But it's very interesting because I think maybe the people don't necessarily know. There's kosher alcohol. Yes, there's kosher alcohol.
Yeah.
There's kosher wine. Some of it has to do with not necessarily for Rosh Hashanah, but like for Passover, for example, where we're not allowed to eat grains. Certain alcohol is like
whiskeys.
Well, it's
and
like verboten to drink during Passover, versus other stuff that is made with sugar or this or that, which makes it okay for certain holidays. But then, so certain alcohol, I think by nature is kosher. But then if you're very observant as a Jew, and you want to make sure that your alcohol has not come into contact with anything that might be deemed unkosher.
And weirdly, if you happen to be looking for such a thing, get a hold of me. I have found so many of them. And I can give you a list if you're looking for certain kosher scotches or whiskeys or ryes or what have you. Rye is much more common to find kosher.
Yes.
And the other thing that you could find was anything with Manischewitz. Manischewitz, like there was a lot of Manischewitz, sangrias and spritzers and things like that, which I actually don't mind Manischewitz. I like a sweeter red wine, so I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite thing. And I didn't really want to go that way. I wanted to go a cocktail, and I came across a website, which I will look up the name of it in a bit, where it was, it's called the Alcohol Professor.
Okay.
She's an amazing bartender, a lot of interesting stuff. She does happen to be Jewish as well. And she made a couple of cocktails for herself and shared the recipe. So I found this on her website. The recipe is called the Auld Lang Syne, which I thought was an amazing Z-I-O-N, which I thought was a great wordplay, and that you had me at wordplay. And it's a drink that we're going to be doing rum, though she says it also works with it can work with gin if you want something more floral. It works also very well with bourbons and things like sweeter whiskeys.
Cool.
But it's the whole idea is it centers on apple and honey. So we're having so we'll use that Rosh Hashanah apple and honey into our cocktail. It's going to be really good. I've tried a few. They're delicious.
Cool. Russian shot.
Plus, we'll have Kingpin will be here.
Kingpin will be here.
We have a new music performer.
We do.
Who's never been on the show, but is a very, very wonderful friend of ours.
She sometimes watches the show.
She sometimes watches the show all the way from Australia. Australia, which is right near Austria, weirdly.
Yes. No.
No, it's not?
But in the list of countries.
I thought the countries were arranged alphabetically. Why would you do that? Anyways.
I'm trying to reimagine right now what the map would look like if countries were just placed in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
How that would work out. Okay, I could spend 2 hours there. So
that'd be fun. So, no, all the way from Australia, lovely Mickey Michelle.
Mickey Michelle.
With an original piece from her. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Plus, I have wordplay for you again today.
Wordplay.
And we're gonna do a backwards wordplay. So we're gonna call it Play Word. And it's our Yiddish edition. Or Yiddishin?
Yiddition?
It's our Yiddishin.
This is the new Yiddishin?
So we're going to see how well you know your Yiddish.
I don't speak a lot of Yiddish.
I think I know more Yiddish than you probably do.
I think you do. You want to head over?
Shall we see what's going on with the people over there? Let's go. Hey, people over there. Misty says, yours is pretty cool too.
Nice shirt, Donata.
Oh, nice shirt, Donata. Hello. Well, good morning, Donata.
Are you two just being lovely to each other, or are you sitting like across from each other somewhere?
This is weird. Who we got here? Alicia Perez is here. She says Shana Tova to everyone. Everybody. Misty is here. My mother is here.
Hello.
Hello. Baron is here. Good day,
morning,
Baron.
Baron.
I saw that lovely picture of you sitting for some reason in a big pile of smoke. Mr. Joseph Schmool is here.
Bon matin, Audrey Ivory.
Audrey Ivory is here as well. Unfortunately, the beautiful Chef Duyan will not be here today. He is
boning up on his Jello skills.
Boning being the key word because Jello is made from bones.
It's also true. Wordplay. Play word.
Play word. We may or may not be socially distancing, watching the end of the season show. Love you. This is not the end of the season.
One more
you got
week.
one more
next
week.
It's going to be out of control.
This is the penultimate episode of the show. Next week, the season finale. Oh, it's going to be big. We're going to have people in studio.
Yeah, in studio peoples.
Amazing peoples. I'm so excited for it. I'm very, very, very excited. We're going to do something kind of cool, something big. Plus, we're going to show you some of the bloopers. From
What is time? I agree.
What is time? Time is a thing that used to exist in 2019.
See what's become of me.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm so glad everybody's here. I'm just seeing who's older.
No, he's boning up on Jello, not boning in some Jello.
Did I hear?
Because then maybe
Jello.
Audrey Ivory wouldn't be with us.
That's lovely. I'm just seeing who's where and who's here. Right now, we're broadcasting a few different places. I need to sort of say this because we have a few people who are watching on my page.
Oh, hi.
On Facebook. And I believe on my page on Facebook, you can't actually, you may see the chat, but you may not actually get heard if you type into the chat on my page. So if you want to get involved in the chat and you find, hey, why are they not responding to me? We may not be seeing it. So if you want to get involved, there's a few different places you can go. We recommend heading to our YouTube page, youtube.com/stircrazyshow/live. Or head over to our Facebook page, Facebook.com/stircrazytv/live. Both of those places you can get involved in the chat.
We like it when you chat with us.
Yeah, and of course the other places you can check it out on our Twitch or our Twitter page. All of those things are available if you go to the Stir Crazy
everywhere.
Stir Crazy page on YouTube. That's the one we're going. Hey, Daniel is here.
Hello.
How are you, Daniel? Good to see ya. So nice. I'm glad everybody's here. We're going to have a good day today, I think. We're going to have a lovely day. We even got somebody in from Twitch. Hello, Twitch.
Hello, Twitch.
We love when Twitch gets involved. Shall we talk about some stuff today?
We should talk about some stuff.
All right. Let's go over there.
All right. So
what are we going to start with? We put the list. We put it over there.
That's okay. I know.
I got it. I got it right here.
I'm just pulling this over here.
Okay, but you need to put that onto the thing so people can see it.
I know what's happening here.
I'm just trying to help.
But you see, you were all the way over.
I know. That's why I just realized I got caught on
that.
the.
Did not help me.
Well, I didn't realize you hadn't done the. There you go.
Yes.
Here, I'll take care of this.
We are going to. Oh, merci.
There
or
you
in
are.
Hebrew, toda rabba. Thank you very much.
Oh, I love your rub. I'd like to rub your toda as well.
Well, that's no.
What? You don't want to do that?
No.
Well, not on camera.
No. Because we're making a savory kugel and not a sweet kugel, I'm going to be doing a caramelized onion and brown butter kugel tonight.
Caramelized onions.
So we're going to start with some olive oil. Brand new. 2 tablespoons.
Into the cold pan? Oh, there we are. Well, now it's not cold.
Exactly.
Now that you immediately turned it on.
Oh, and could you also do me one small favor, my love?
I only have small favors.
Could you just make sure that the oven is empty and preheat that puppy to 375?
375.
The other thing we're doing tonight, because we really do try
here, let me get the overhead going on
here.
here.
Appetizer friendly. You know, we're 5 à 7, so we haven't done a lot of like full meal stuff. We try to keep it a little bit more appetizer size. So instead of putting this kugel into one serving dish or one big pan or whatever, we're going to be doing them individual styles in muffin tins. If you haven't noticed in 25 weeks, I love mini things.
Mini things. Well, that's why she's with me.
So
unfortunately for her,
we're just going to get this oil heated up.
Heat it up.
This is
Put it up.
This is the international symbol for heat it up.
You signed internationally.
I just made it up, but we can use it. Oil's heating. And we're going to dump, I cut up 2 medium yellow onions. It actually worked out to being about 2 cups of onions thinly sliced. So if you're kind of like me and when recipes call for like a carrot and you're like, well, how big of a carrot? How much carrot? How fat carrot? How, that's because I'm a little bit ridiculous. These 2 onions happen to come out to about 2 cups of
2 cups of onions?
Thinly sliced onions.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And all we're going to do is get these onions into this oil. Can I have a spatula? We're going to throw a little bit of salt in there. That's the salt song.
Salt song.
So much going on today. Salt song, olive oil dance. Do you see the creativity, people?
When you're caramelizing onions, because this is a what I find when I started to cook, really to caramelize an onion was one of the more challenging things.
You find?
I found because to get it really that perfect jammy onion, I like to go low heat for a very, very long time. What do you think?
I'm getting these going,
yeah,
and then I'm going to turn this down and move this out of the way because these are going to cook for.
You want to create some steam.
These are going to cook for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
So I just.
So
want to
you're
make sure
them
they're
going on a medium heat, and then go down to a very low heat.
Not super low. Like I still want there to be heat. We're not simmering the onions.
Yeah. So we're not simmering. We're going down to like say a medium low.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have an oven that has a med and a low.
Find the mid.
Go between the mid of the mid of the med and the low.
Mid of the med and the low, yeah.
Mid of the med and the low.
The
pestle with the palace. The vessel with the pestle is
with the brew that is true.
True, yeah.
Yes.
If you know what that's from,
we're talking about,
you'll win a prize.
Oh no!
From one of the other people.
I have a lot of faith in our friends that they know with the vessel and the pestle, with the chalice and the palace and the brew that is true.
So there's only 2 people I've come across that immediately know what that is. I mean, I will give Daniel might know what this is.
My father.
But okay, your dad and I didn't really talk about that.
That's
but
true.
it was you and Jeremy.
Old Heaves.
Old Heaves, yeah.
Old Heaves.
Which is funny because when you think about it, Danny Kaye, I don't.
Yeah, but see, Old Heave, but also Irish. So, also, it's just the best. It's such a good movie.
It is a great film. Nope.
So,
Yep.
I can't. They don't want to stay in the pan today.
All right.
So what I'm going to do is, because you guys don't need to watch me stir onions for 20 minutes, I'm going to turn this down a wee abyssal, and then I'm going to just slide this out of the shot.
Slide that out of the way.
So that I can, if I have to, stir it from the other side.
All right.
All right.
So you're done the kugel. One of the things I want to do, not done the kugel, but you've done the start. One of the things I want to do quickly before we go anywhere is bring this up. This is the kugel ingredients. If you're trying to follow along at home, these over here are the ingredients that you will need to have.
Oil. Ingredients.
With the break in seasons coming up. We're going to be talking about a few different things. One of the things that we really want to focus on as well coming up is a website for all of our recipes. So
is that what we're talking about?
Yes, we're going to be doing that. So if you are interested in all of our recipes or a place where you can literally get all of our recipes, we're going to be starting a repository for that.
News to me.
How is it news? We have literally talked about this.
Not about putting up a website with all of our.
Well, however, whether it's we put up our own website or we do a Patreon, something like that, we've talked about a repository for all of the places for people. So we have a few different options. We're going to be figuring out that, but eventually, within the next season coming up, we will have a place that if you want to go and get all of our recipes, you can do that.
You can do that. Yep. I'm just going to turn a timer on so I can. Not that I'm not going to see when these onions are caramelized, but...
All right. Well, now that you're doing it, would you like a drink? Or do you want to go and do...
promo?
We want to do a promo? We do a promo. The promo went up so late last night.
We did.
We were... It was a busy week, and it was a bit crazy. But we wanted to do... And this one took a little bit... It was sort of a mix of fun for us to do. And I think it's definitely our most dramatic promo.
Oh yeah.
It's got some drama to it.
Got some drama to it. Well,
And I think that you had a couple of drinks last night, and at one point I think you were upset about one of the visuals in it, but you couldn't quite communicate. All you kept saying was, "There's something bad in there, Dan." I thought that was funny. There's something bad in there.
I think I was asleep when I said that.
You may have. I'm not sure if you were talking to a dream or you was talking about the promo. It could have gone either way.
Oh, it's so good we're not live all the time because it's real embarrassing.
There's nothing to be embarrassed.
I'm a big.
You're the only person to make yourself embarrassed. There's nothing for you to be embarrassed about. It's not like you literally said some words to me. It's not like you punched me in the face and went,
"There's something
"There's
bad
in there." There might be an issue. So we want to do something in celebration of
the Jewish
of the Jewish New Year. For people who don't know, the New Year coming up according to the Jewish calendar is
the New Year that we're about to start.
Yeah.
Is 5781.
So it's 5780. So you're starting a whole new decade.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
no, 5780 would have been the decade, no?
No, technically it goes 9 to
1
to 10, right?
I guess so, yeah.
So here is this week's promo.
The year was 5780. The Great Plagues raged on, striking unfathomable blows to the people of planet Earth. First came the fire, threatening to engulf a whole continent, entire species on the brink of extinction. Then came the outbreak, a pestilence of global proportion, the likes of which has not been seen for a century, the devastation of which could not yet be measured. Panic spread faster than the virus itself, causing the people of Earth to pit themselves against each other in a futile attempt to secure essential supplies. Wild animals roamed the street, desperately searching for food, often turning to cannibalism in their desperation. Swarms of locusts decimated vast areas of the planet, wreaking mass economic devastation. Elsewhere, gangs of homicidal wasps band together and traveled across the ocean, bringing a reign of international terror. The violence threatened by the murder hornets was nothing in comparison to the violence humans were perpetrating against other humans. Civil unrest spread across the globe. The people took to the streets. Some took up arms. And the schism grew between those seeking to uphold the old ways and those seeking progress, equality, and justice for all people. And the planet grew warmer, and the storms came, and the people suffered greatly, and many died. Their leaders had all but abandoned them. They had succumbed to the very worst of human nature. The beast had shown himself. The end was nigh. The world needed a new hero. And out of the ashes rose a fire-haired phoenix, a Semitic superhero sent to heal the world, one matzo ball at a time, armed not with weapons, but with a ladle and Bubby's chicken soup recipe. She would bring together people of all nations with her special blend of chutzpah and mishigas, a mensch with a hell of a tuchus. She was known as Shana Tova.
What?
What?
Well, we were talking about Rosh Hashanah, and then you asked me what year it is on the Jewish calendar, and then you asked me about the holiday greeting, and then I lost you, and never mind. Hi, I'm Elle Diabloe.
No, you're Shana Tova, and I'm the Divine Danny D.
Join us this Thursday, September 17th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter, and Twitch for the latest edition of the Stir Crazy Sankaset.
This week, we're going to celebrate New Year. Jewish New Year. We're going to party like it's 5780.
It is 5780. In honor of New Year, I'm doing kugel.
I think it's pronounced Kegel.
No, it's Kugel. Kugel with the noodles. Can we focus? Do you have a cocktail you want to talk about or something?
And to ring in the new year, I'm going to be preparing the aptly named Auld Lang Syne.
So join us, cook with us, drink with us.
Or just join in all the fun and socialize, but distantly.
Check the description below for your ingredients and all the crazy details.
Or visit YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter, or Twitch at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, September 17th, and join in all that fun!
Shana Tova, my love.
No, you're Shana Tova. I'm Divine Danny B.
Oy vey. Thanks for watching. If you're looking for more recipes for things you can nosh on, there's plenty more on the channel. And if you want to be a real mensch, feel free to go like and subscribe. It'll cost you bubkiss, and it's the kind of thing that would fill your bubby with nachas.
Don't be a schmendrick. Make sure you ring that bell to get notifications about all our videos, and feel like you're part of the stir-crazy mishbucker.
Oi, look at you speaking Yiddish. I'm kvelling.
Gesundheit.
I just like that. If Shana Tova doesn't become a superhero burlesque act.
But I am Shana Tova.
You are Shana
Or
Tova.
Russian Shana.
Russian
Either way.
Shana. I like Shana Tova better. That was a fun one to do.
See,
That was funny.
I make a joke in Hebrew because Tova is good, or
Right.
Tov or Tova is good. So, but Mitsuyan is excellent. So when people say Shana Tova, I say no, Shana Mitsuyan, which is a really funny joke if you speak Hebrew.
Oh, that's like when I make a sci-fi joke. You want a drink?
Yeah.
You want a drink? Cool. We're gonna make a drink. We're gonna make this drink called the Auld Lang Syne. You want to bring the ingredients
course.
up here?
Raspas?
Now, like I said, I got this on the Alcohol Professor's website. Oh, you gotta click in.
Okay, just chill your pants.
I did. You're just not clicking in. There you go.
I clicked in the button. You're the one who didn't click back in.
I know, but it's okay.
I'm just gonna hide over here.
It's all right. You do that. No, so this was a recipe to sort of incorporate the honey and apple aspects of this. So in this case, as you can see, we're using 2 ounces of rum. We're using an ounce of Calvados to get a little bit of the apple in there. We have some apple cider as well, 1/2 ounce of that, some lemon juice, and most important, some honey syrup. And I forgot to grab my apple. Do you want to grab me an apple when you get a chance?
I absolutely will.
All right, so this is a really simple little drink. I love this drink. And what's nice about this drink is it can be made with whatever spirit you like. I think it's really nice with the rum, and in this case, we're using an aged rum. I'm using a Havana Club 7, a Neo rum. This has actually become I've never been a big rum person until I've had to make a lot of cocktails, and I love rum so much, and this one specifically is now one of my absolute favorite things to just drink. The Savannah Club 7. So if you haven't tried it, it's excellent. It's a very, very, very well popular rum. You should be able to find it almost anywhere, which is what's really nice about it too, and it's not crazy expensive. So that's going to be our base. We're also going to be using some Calvados. If you've never used or had Calvados before, it's a brandy, but it's an apple-based brandy.
It is delicious.
It's very good. When you think of what I like about this drink, and I think this is very important when you talk about apple drinks, apple cocktails. Mm-hmm. I love apples. I love apple-flavored things, but I find when you get apple cocktails, mm-hmm. they tend to be apple, super apple forward, apple, like too much. Like it's like, okay, I find sometimes, especially if you do something like an apple teeny or something, like, it's just too much.
It's also that Jolly Rancher apple flavor sometimes.
Even if you get a proper apple teeny that isn't that version of it, yeah, I still find what I like about this drink is it's not going to be super appley, but you're going to, as you drink it, you're going to really, there's hints of it through there, and it really makes it a much more pleasant experience. The other thing you're going to need for this is some still cider. I would not use a carbonated cider because you're going to shake it.
You're going to do what with it?
You're going to shake it or hitchhike it. whichever you want. So I'm using this as the Quebec cider. This is just a still version of the Cidery Beauprés Macintosh cider, so it's a little sweeter. I like this one. And as I said, lemon juice that we just squeezed, previously squozen before the show, and some fresh honey syrup. This is, I just made this before the show too. This is 2 parts honey to 1 part water. That just thins it out, makes it a little bit more easy to use. All right, so as we say with all our cocktails, we want to start with the cheapest products first so we don't ruin our booze. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our lemon juice, and we're just going to put in ½ an ounce of lemon juice. And I'm making 2, so I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to go over here, and I'll take this. We'll go overhead here.
Sorry, I'm just
all right.
dealing with the onions. I don't want them to burn.
No, I know. And this one will actually uses quite a lot of honey syrup. So it's actually 1 ounce per cocktail of honey syrup. So this is one of the things with honey syrup too. If you want to go 1-to-1 with your honey syrup, I don't see that as a big problem. Like 1 part honey to 1 part water when you're making your honey syrup, if you don't want it to be as sweet. It still would be very, very sweet, but you know, if that's the kind of thing. If you don't want that, there you go. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go with our apple cider, and just ½ an ounce of the apple cider per cocktail. You do me a favor too and grab me the ice bucket, please.
Yeah, man.
Now,
God, it smells good in here.
Yes, onions and apple.
Onions and...
the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in, oops, wrong side, 2 full ounces of our rum per cocktail. There we go. And last but not least, our Calvados. Oh, here.
Ice went everywhere. Sorry.
Our Calvados, which we're going to put in just ½ an ounce of per drink. There we go. So that is our cocktail. We're just going to fill our mixing glass full of ice. All right.
All right. Giddy up.
And we're going to give that a little shake. Hey, we're going to go to the main cabin for me first? Before we shake? Let's go to the main cabin so they get a good shake.
My boobs are so big, it's out of control.
So are mine.
Oh, it's like a whole different feeling.
Is it?
Yeah. They're heavier now.
They're heavier?
They're heavier now.
There we go. Boom.
Yep.
Now that we have that done, we are going to pour these into coops. So we're going to go into coops with these, which we're going to double strain because, again, we have a little bit of citrus in there. I want to make sure we get all of that out, any ice chips. We'll just go boop.
I could honestly just eat this entire pan of fried onions and call it a day.
Okay. All right. And we'll go here.
The only reason I keep stirring them is so I can lick the spoon. And because I don't want them to burn.
There we go. The last little bit when you got a full ice. It's always a little challenging. We'll just give it a shake. That will get that. Trying to find those open spots in the strainer. There we go. That's good. All right. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to quickly garnish this. So we're just take apple. We're going to take a whole big chunk of that. This is a nice apple because it's, and we're just going to go really thin slice of apple. There we go. That's lovely.
Realized I should probably give this a little rinse. We haven't used this since we made bacon cups, I don't think. That was a while ago.
That one is, I don't like that one. Go with this again. There we are, that's lovely. And we'll go with another one of there. And there we have Are you done? Come, drink with me.
I'm drinking with you. I just wanted to make sure that we had a clean tin.
I know, but you're drawing attention.
I'm so sorry. No one's watching me wash a muffin tin.
There you go. Our Old Lang Syne should have some honey, forward drink with just that apple sitting in the back, really nice. Not too sweet.
Very appley. Mm.
But again, it's
But in a good way. Like
yeah,
not in a
it's
fake
not
apple.
cloying.
No.
It's and again, I find it's. I get the honey comes first, and there's that apple just sort of sitting very much in the back, just on the almost in the back of the tongue a little bit, which you wouldn't expect with a sweet. I love this drink.
I love it
really
too.
nice. I love apple. I really love apple. I think probably my single favorite thing, if I could eat anything in the world, almost at any given moment, it would be apple pie.
Yes.
Apple pie is
With cheddar cheese.
Apple pie with cheddar cheese. If I need anything, that's what I have to have. This drink really gets that flavor across to the point where I'm trying to figure out how I add the cheese element to this. Like, you know what there isn't? There isn't a cheese
Cocktail?
alcohol.
That's probably for a good reason.
I don't know. Cheese is amazing. We
Cheese
could
booze?
all agree. So if somehow you could capture certain cheese flavors, like I would love, like if I could somehow add a cheddar bitter or something like that to this, that would be amazing.
You have cheddar cheese soup in the cupboard?
No, I don't. But I think that's what it needs. It just needs some cheddar. There we are.
Awesome.
The
Very
Old Lang
delicious.
Syne. We'll be making another one of those again a little bit later on.
L'chaim? Tu like?
Shanatova.
That's Shana Tova.
No, I'm Divine Deity.
Yeah. Gonna get these out of the way.
All right. I was going to take care of that.
Oh,
I need you to talk to the people.
Yes, I'm gonna talk to the people.
Well,
I'm going to talk to the people.
well, when I walk away, I was hoping you would
What?
just talk to the people.
I'm doing it. Okay? I'm
All
trying to
right.
clean up your mess.
I was okay. Just go ahead. Now
All
you're
right,
still not
friends.
talking to people. That's the problem.
Hi guys. So, these have about 10 seconds left on them.
Oh, bring them back. Bring them back. That's all. That you need that to keep because that's in the perfect place.
Alrighty.
So you moved. Hang on. I'm going to do this for you. I need this right there.
All right. So they're getting there. They're pretty jammy. And because we don't have the next 300 years to cook onions, I'm going to take them off the heat now and put them. Could you just pass me a little bowl, please?
A bowl.
Yep, just a petit bowl.
All right.
Thank you. So into the bowl go the onions. Yes, I know you don't like it when I take the pan off. That's okay. I'm going back in there. Please, it's fine. We're good. Behind me, is there a stick of burr?
Mm-hmm.
Can you pass it to me, please?
Mm-hmm.
So, into this pan, I am going to throw some burr.
How much burr?
A
have me
whole-
bring that up.
whole
I'll show you how much
stick.
burr.
A whole stick
of
butter.
burr.
And we're just going to, I turn the heat down a little bit. We don't want to burn our butter. We're going to cook it for
That
about,
burns my butter.
sure. We're going to cook this for about 5 minutes until it gets brown, but not burnt, until it starts to smell like a little bit nutty.
You're a
Not nutty. So yeah, just because I'm a big fan of the timer. Here we go.
Should we ask them a question while we're
We
doing
can
that?
ask them a question. I
We
just have
gotta-
to stir some butter. So.
All right, you can stir some butter. Every week we like to come at you guys with a couple ideas, something we can talk about, because we love when you get involved. This week, of course, is no exception. So this week, our question for you guys is, what is your favorite traditional Jewish dish?
I already answered.
There are so many different things that you could possibly eat. And there are things, and it's funny because there are things that I think if you're Jewish seem like a traditional Jewish dish. But if you're not Jewish, do not seem that way. And I think the first example to me is brisket. Brisket to me was a barbecue item. I have had more briskets that were barbecued
Than Jewish style.
than Jewish style. But I've had like lots of roasts. And I love them both.
See, and I remember the first time I had brisket, like barbecue brisket, and I was like, "What is this? This isn't brisket." Like, because I'm used to
A wet brisket.
not-
So
me, it's matzo ball soup. It's absolutely without a
Matzo
doubt
ball soup?
matzo ball soup. But the matzo balls have to be like my mother's, which are matzo balls can be classified as either sinkers or floaters. Because some people like a really heavy, dense matzo ball. I do not. I like it when my matzo balls are kind of like fluffy clouds.
fluffy clouds.
But they call chicken soup Jewish penicillin. It's a very, I mean, chicken soup is not obviously uniquely Jewish, but it's a big staple in most of our
Yeah.
stuff. But it also depends. And here's a little lesson on Jews for you. You know, there's traditional dishes that are Ashkenaz dishes, which is Eastern European Jews, and then there's traditional dishes which are more Sephardic, which is more Spanish and African Jews. And the flavor palettes are very different because of obviously the regions where the people come from.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite?
Well, I mean, it's funny because when you talk about like the different types of Jewish cultures and stuff like that, one of the things like I say, I have a lot of German heritage in me, and there's a lot of things that I think, especially about German and Ashkenazi Jewish, that are very, very similar. I mean, if you look at Yiddish and you look at, there's a lot of Yiddish and German is German. It's a combination of German and Russian. And Hebrew a little bit, of course. Yeah, Hebrew a little bit. So to me, I mean, one of my favorite things in the world is kugel. And so,
But not the one I'm making tonight.
but not the one you're making tonight. But I don't know. Maybe you'll convert me. I don't know. It's quite
I
possible.
have never tried to convert anyone in my life.
Oh, I
for the record.
spent a long time in my life doing that. Probably if I would go, I know I'm making. So when I think of kugel, to me it's not Jewish. It's a German thing.
It's a German thing, yeah.
So though I love it, I wouldn't consider my favorite Jewish dish. I would definitely probably say, weirdly, I love gefilte fish. I am just, if you give me a good gefilte fish, I am so happy. I love that. And even smoked.
Gefilte is like a log of whitefish, basically.
It's delicious. It's sort of sweet, salmon, salty, citrusy. I love it. I think it's one of my favorite things. I also love who doesn't love a good bagel? What does everybody else over here think? Let me see. Oh, latkes. We got a latkes. There's a lot of latkes.
There's a reason I'm not making latkes tonight, because latkes traditionally are a Hanukkah food, and I want to make sure that when we get to Hanukkah, I have Hanukkah food for you guys.
Yeah.
So we will be making latkes in December.
Max over on Twitch says, bagel and lox the works.
Yeah.
Quintessential Jewish food. Alicia says definitely latkes. My mom says latkes. Latkes are always going to be a big one. I make
Eliza,
Huh? Is it Eliza? I'm sorry, I did not that.
and it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday, Eliza. I
And
didn't know your
Yael,
name. How you expect me to know your birthday?
And
Come on.
Yael and Mitzi. Happy.
And Julie Jolie.
And Julie Jolie, but the triplets Perez.
It's Triplets Perez's birthday.
It's birthday today.
So three
Happy
times. So it's really good when you can say happy birthday once and get like three out of the way. I always find that's too much work.
Your mother was very considerate.
But no, I think latkes are big. I make very, very good latkes,
You do.
but I think the key to me is like what makes a really good latke? Big and fat.
Which ironically, you know,
yeah.
not so casher.
Audrey Ivory says matzo ball soup, aka boob soup, and latkes. Misty,
Why boob soup and not
testicle soup.
testicle soup?
That makes a lot more sense. But I guess when you're looking at it, poking out of the water,
it looks
more
like
booby.
boobs in a bath.
But if you drank all the soup, then you got testicles. But they're like, I would get those testicles. Look at
The anatomy of chicken
Misty
soup.
says matzo ball soup. Seriously, her fave. Marie Eve Boucher, chopped liver topped with fried onions and those little brioche bread type things. I love that. That's a good chopped liver.
But it took me honestly until I was probably in my 30s to appreciate chopped liver. I used to appreciate the onions on the top, but whenever my mother would serve it, like there was always, when we had company for the holidays, it would be like, there'd be chopped liver and crackers and then like eggplant salad, like almost like a baba ganoush or whatever. Yeah. And like, I was all about the eggplant, never about the liver, but always about the onions.
Also, I love, I just love it. Audrey says that boobs are tastier. That's why boobs.
Fair.
So that's a fair statement, and I think that's
nobody wants ball soup.
Hey, I think it's better. You know why? My balls are constantly marinating. Well, no, that's because I put a vinaigrette down my pants earlier.
Did you?
I did. It's like a beautiful sort of.
Dijonnaise?
No. That's ridiculous. Don't.
Oh, okay.
It's more of a sun-dried tomato. You're a sun-dried tomato. All right. What are we doing here now? What are we at?
We are at...
You're browning the butter.
Butter is pretty much brown.
You're cooking some noodles.
I got noodles cooking. I've got butter browning. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this butter off of the heat. If you could pass me the green bowl, because unfortunately I broke our blender, so I'm gonna, whereas normally this would go into a blender, I'm going to use the emulsion blender or the hand blender to do this because...
You want something deeper?
I don't know if we have something deeper.
What I mean is something if it was narrower, then you would have it...
It's okay.
Okay.
There's a lot of things going in there.
Oh, okay, sure. I thought you were just putting that in.
I am putting this in, but we're just going to let the butter cool before I start
no, I thought it was just that. That's all.
No.
All right, you let that cool.
So we're just going to let this cool. I am Here, can we do me a smallie? A smallie? A biggie smalls here. Hold on.
Put that out of the way.
That goes out of the way. That goes off. La vida e belle.
You want that?
I'm gonna.
What else can I do for you here, Angel?
Put this here. The only other thing I need, my love, is I need to strain these noodles.
You want some noodles? Oh, I'll take care of your noodles.
No, I just need to make sure that I'm not straining onto a bunch of stuff here. I'm gonna put that timer on for 2 more minutes, and in 2 minutes I will dump the noodles because we want them cooked, but we don't want them too cooked. They can be a little bit al dente.
Yeah, well, like I said earlier,
because they're gonna cook more in the oven, so we don't need them to be like perfect. Which is
my traditional kugel that I've always eaten is a sweet kugel. My mom makes an amazing sweet kugel.
Your mom makes amazing food.
She does. And those noodles go in dry. And I always like that because it gives you the crunchy bits.
But we're gonna have crunchy bits with this.
Okay.
I promise.
If I don't have crunchy bits, I'm revolting.
Don't be so mean to yourself.
Hey. You're mean to me. What else do you need, my angel?
I just wanted
I'm trying to follow along.
I understand.
You've
but I'm moving so fast.
I know, but you've got a list I can't follow because
we stopped halfway while I was making the list.
Exactly, and I don't know what we're doing.
With making lists, and I stopped.
I made a drink. My job is done.
Your job is done. I just wanted to get this greased and ready to go.
That's what she said.
Yes, that's indeed what she just said.
They were listening. I told them.
I'm just going to leave the butter to cool for a few more minutes.
Do you need that to strain right now?
Did you bring out a strainer?
No, you didn't ask me to.
Well,
I said, is there anything you need me to do?
Yes, but I said I need to strain the noodles.
Okay, but
let me help you. Crunchy bits.
You didn't make it clear. You really didn't. Just saying.
By the way, we've now got people saying that was my nickname in high school, which I think is quite funny.
My nickname in high school. Oh!
Ooh, facial.
Oh, I gave myself a facial, and not the way I usually do.
Boy, Daniel.
What? Usually it's with a mask and like charcoal, and it's very nice.
Here, just leave that
very
there
exfoliating.
For a sec.
I once exfoliated. Now I'm very profoliated. It's like I'm pro-Ganesh.
Not anti-Ganesh?
I'm not anti-Ganesh. That's a Nova Scotia joke.
That's what I was going to say. That's a very Canadian joke.
Very Nova Scotia joke.
I'm just going to take that out and bring this in.
So, what are
much
we doing at this
stuff
point?
going
What
on.
is? You never really explained what a kugel is.
A kugel is a noodle dish.
It's a noodle. A kugel is a noodle.
No, it's not a noodle because you can have noodle kugel or you can have potato kugel. Potato kugel, to go back to what I was just saying like 5 minutes ago, is very much kind of like a latke. It's just basically a latke in a different form, which is why I wanted to do noodle kugel or lakshen kugel, as they call it, today instead of the potato version.
Because we're
it
talking
really
about doing especially for our Hanukkah episode,
Yeah.
we want to do proper latkes.
Proper latkes, and I mean, who knows if we're already shredding
Proper
or
latkes?
grating proper latkes.
Sorry, my
New
nickname
band
in
name?
high school. My nickname in high school.
Once I'm grating the potato, who knows? When it comes time to Hanukkah, I might just grate up a whole bunch of potatoes. We can make a kugel, and
You know
we can
what?
make a
That would be
latkes,
great.
And would it be great?
That would be great.
Why would it be great? I got it. Bye.
You know what?
What? Oh, I'm gonna need that when I start doing.
We didn't either of us put on our aprons today.
I am wearing my special apron today.
I'm wearing my even specialer apron because it's
For those
our
of you
apron.
who don't understand,
Don't tell them. Don't tell them. I think it's funnier that they don't know and they'd have to go look it up.
okay.
We're not going to tell you. Stick around to the very end. We may tell you.
If you understand it or you can read it, feel free to comment. But
Why are you getting them to ruin it?
I'm not getting anyone to ruin
Don't
nothing.
tell them. If they don't know, it's on them.
All right.
When did you become 4 all of a sudden?
I've been 4 for a long time. 10 times even.
4 10 times?
Or 10 times even.
Okay. You have a good personality.
Oh, shush. Hey. Into our brown butter, which is still pretty warm, not gonna lie, but we just want to cool it off a little bit. Mostly because I don't want this to splash up in my face and burn me. Also because we are going to be adding eggs to this, and I don't want the eggs to cook.
Do you know what we could do?
In the butter.
Here's something I can help you with.
What can we do? Oh,
I'll get that in a second.
just put that like that. He's so crafty. It's amazing.
It's conniving is the word.
I didn't think you putting an ice bucket under my bowl was conniving.
I know.
But
I'm just saying that if you're going to describe me, I prefer conniving to crafty.
Oh, been canning tomatoes all week in your stir crazy apron, huh? I'd dig it.
Who? Who's that?
Mariette.
Mariette Boucher. Oh, you're adorable.
Oh, and so Misty also uses her apron all the time.
Oh, that's
Yay.
awesome. So do we, except for we
yes,
forget to put it
except
up.
for when I'm making Hebrew funnies. All right, that's still pretty hot. All right, we're gonna. Maybe we should do a thing.
You want to do a thing first?
Let's do a thing.
Okay,
and
because
then
you got
just-
that. You said you need to go in by 6.
Well, it's gonna go in by 6:03 instead. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
if you
So
wanted-
why don't we switch the those two things?
Well, we still have, you know who we can go visit?
We can go visit Kingpin.
We can go visit Kingpin.
Let's visit
You
Kingpin.
didn't put that in there. So
I stopped at.
it's like you left him off. It's because he hasn't been here for a while.
No, that's not what happened. What happened was I was
What's your
running a
problem
little
with
bit.
Kingpin?
Stop it. I have a very good relationship with Kingpin.
I know you do.
So
Not as good as mine, and you'll see today mine is even better.
fine, go for it. I double doggy dare you.
If you haven't been here before and seen the amazing Mr.
Thank
Jonathan Kingpin Hagee's segments, he has an amazing store in Toronto called Kingpin's Hideaway, which is I think it's a disservice to just call it a vintage clothing store because it's so much
No,
more.
it's like a vintage emporium.
It is an emporium, and emporium can really only be used, or a curiosity shop.
Yes.
Is another word I would give it. And he has everything. And this week, though, he has a special treat for us.
Hooray!
So let's visit with Kingpin, shall we?
Off to the hideaway.
39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Aha, I knew it. Oh, haven't seen you in a while. I'm the Kingpin, and this is the hideaway. It's Kingpin's Hideaway. I have a theory on the number of bristles per bunch on the brushes that I'd like to tell you about, but you want to see something cool? Okay. I just want to assure you, I have not joined some kind of hipster cult that requires me to grow a beard. I wanted to do a demonstration of how to shave with a straight razor. I wanted to show you the kind of bristles you can grow. So I didn't shave for 2 days. This is where I'm at. The straight razor has been the method by which gentlemen have controlled their facial hair for a very long time. In fact, every man used to know how to use a straight razor, so you shouldn't be too scared, although they are really sharp. Just a little bit about a straight razor before I start. I also prefer a hollow ground razor. Hear that? To be successful with a straight razor, you need to do several things. One, you have to have a really sharp straight razor, which means it needs to be honed and it needs to be stropped. You also need to prepare your face very carefully. And you just put it right over your face. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's nice. Oh. Now, the second important thing is you need to froth up some really good shaving cream. Badger bristle. Froth it up. Ooh. We have our stropped straight razor. It's held a little bit loosely, like you'd hold a paintbrush. I just start shaving away. You don't hold a straight razor to your throat and let your mind wander. Always want to go top to bottom. Never this way. That's just silly. Can you see what I'm doing here? Can you see? Yeah. Since I had such long stubble, thought I'd try something. I'd like to call it a Dan stash. I don't know if that's going to catch on. I always wanted to try one and see if I could look as divine as a certain fellow. Rubbing alcohol. Oh, gosh, that's handsome. We'll see what the queen pin thinks. Right, we're going to talk about bristle numbers and my theory. We'll have to wait till next time. Till then, stay dapper.
That is like porn to me. I
Not
love
to Misty.
not to Misty.
Not to Misty.
I
Giving
to
her the
me
names.
watching. I'm a big fan of the shave. I am obsessed. Kingpin loves his straight razors. Him and I have talked about this before. I'm a big fan of the 50s style safety razor, the old, and I have a great number of them, as you know.
Yes.
I watch shaving videos online as people review shaving products, but also just to watch people shave, because it's one of the things, if you're a man watching this and you don't spend the inordinate amount of time to properly shave, and you're using one of those sort of 5-blade shifty, not Bic, but even those sort of 5-blade razors, first of all, too expensive, where I can buy a decent safety razor and 100 blades for half the price of what even a pack of 5 or 6 razors would be.
A friend of mine used to say that the razors are where they get you.
Oh,
it's
of course.
It's like
of course. Even if you go to
the handle itself is not the expensive part. It's the refills on.
So, to me, it's the best way of going about it. But going through developing a whole process where you're doing the proper lotions and the whole it's
you're talking,
an amazing
eggs,
experience.
okay?
You can do whatever you want.
I'm just gonna crack. We have 6 eggs here. I'm gonna crack them. You keep talking about shaving. I just want to get.
No, but I think it's amazing, and I also think he looks damn good with a Divine Dandy D-stash.
The D-stash.
The D-stash.
Let's not throw the.
Some people would call this the horseshoe.
Okay.
Some people call it the Hulk Hogan.
I call it my favorite place to sit.
Me too. I'm very bendy. But no, it's if you're a man and you don't take that time to really do a proper shave, do it once, and you will convert yourself almost immediately. All right, shall we see what's going on here?
Sure. I've just put.
I'm going to go here, and I'm also going to bring up your recipe again.
I put 6 eggs in there. 1 cup of sour cream.
Here, I'm going to move this over to this side just so we can see it a little bit.
2 cups of cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese, eggs, brown butter.
Brown butter.
This is all great ingredients, by the way. These are all fantastic ingredients. I'm very excited for all of this. I love cottage cheese.
Kampot Cambodian pepper, because that is the only thing I use anymore. Merci Monique Phuong.
Yeah.
That's right, Phuong.
Joseph just found a couple of dads that use them. If they're not and using sage, you can take them to a couple of razor shops, and they will recondition them. But do it; it will change your life. All right.
Le Immersion Blender.
L'immersion?
Le Immersion Blender. La blender.
I'm gonna go get some light for you.
Immersion.
There's not enough light for my liking here.
Not enough light?
No, I'm gonna bring in some more light.
Pardon me, it's noisy. If you don't have one of these, I highly recommend having one of these. Thank you.
Look at that.
It's such an easy thing to use. It's great.
Immersion blenders cover up so many mistakes too.
But also, I find often. Like, I used to avoid making soup sometimes because transferring hot soup into a blender, if it has to go back into the pot for whatever, adding cream.
This is so much better.
This is so easy to use. I'm just going to get that all well blended. Might take a little
Audrey's
bit.
coming over after the show, by the way.
Okay.
All right, Audrey, you're more than welcome.
Always welcome.
You're always welcome.
That'll be a next tier on Patreon.
Yeah, next tier on Patreon. We're going to start up next. We'll be starting up Patreon coming up.
But I said it's our next tier.
Our next tier, if you want to, our ultimate tier, our platinum tier,
you can
would be allowed to come over once a month. You've got to come over, but you have to get yourself here.
Well, yes,
We
because
will not be getting you here, especially if you're from I don't know,
Australia
Texas or Australia. And if you're from Australia, find somewhere else to sleep. But only
That's
from
not
Australia.
nice. I actually told Mickey the other day that I meant to say smuggle her in, but I made a typo and I said, I guess we could try to snuggle you in. And I was like,
Aww.
that's cute.
Audrey just typed, nice bracelet, Elle. Love me a good tennis bracelet.
Thank you,
It's a
Marianne.
good gift from a good husband.
Divine Santa D gave it to me.
And Audrey typed, and I've got to say this, Rusin Audrey and Rusin Shauna.
Leave her alone.
It's Russian. But I'm saying it because she
speaks much better English than you speak French.
I'm not.
so-
That's why I'm saying maybe she meant that.
Oh, maybe.
If she didn't, Audrey, Russian has two S's.
En français, c'est russe.
Right? Oui. Je comprends. Je comprends. All right.
This is looking pretty good. I think this is pretty well
You
incorporated.
ready? You
I'm
want to
just
go?
gonna give it- I'm going to give it.
Are we going to kugel soon?
We're going to kugel very soon.
So this is your custard.
This is my custard. I love that.
A little stretch. We can't see really well. Hey, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to
That's
come
okay.
in. We're going to come in.
Are you going to fly cam?
We're going to fly cam it. We have not fly cammed yet this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, because you asked for it,
Ladies and gentlemen.
it's fly cam time.
Nobody asked. Just letting you
We're
know.
coming around here. Look at that.
It's not shitty English. It's really good English. So don't let people make you feel bad when they don't speak more than one language.
I'm just trying to understand what people are trying to say.
Yeah. All right. I'm pretty happy with that.
You ready to go with that?
I am ready to go. We're just going
All
to
right.
release this
You
buddy
go
over
there. I'm going to go here.
here. Into this custard, we are going to put our onions right in there.
Onions in the custard.
Onions in the custard.
That sounds like an REM song.
Onions in the custard. I'm just going to move this over because I also have some sage. And could you reach into the fridge? On the bottom shelf, there is some thyme.
I'd have no time for that.
I chopped this before the show. I'm just going to cut it up a little bit more. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons, if I'm not mistaken, of sage.
That's not good time.
There,
That's a bad time.
There might be bad time, so I might have to use dry time.
No, I got good time. There's a good time. There's a bad time. There's never a good time for bad time. This time is
Past its prime time.
that time is no longer prime time.
You pull up that recipe for 1 second.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How much thyme has to go in there? I know it's 2 tablespoons.
It's
of sage.
boom, 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 boom. It is 2 tablespoons of sage, 1 teaspoon of minced thyme.
So boom, tablespoon.
And
Because I'm so precise.
thyme is one of those things where I honestly, especially in something like this, I can't see a bad usage for thyme.
Oh.
For sage in this.
I'm
Want me
just-
to help?
I'm
Let me help
I'm
here.
not measuring. I'm just gonna do it.
We're just gonna strip
We're
some
just gonna strip some thyme into this, and
strip time. That's my
it's
favorite time.
It's stripping time.
It's stripping time.
time stripping time.
Time to strip. Oh, that's so good. Oh, it smells so nice in here.
That's so lovely.
Mm.
And maybe one more, and then we'll be done with that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go.
There we go.
So, le voila.
I had a good time doing that.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was great.
We're gonna give this a little stir. Get that all incorporated in there.
Yeah.
I have put salt. I have put pepper, and now
You're gonna put canoodles.
we're gonna put.
You're gonna canoodle with it.
I'm gonna canoodle into the. So
You
we're
canoodle
going-
your herbs.
Pardon me?
You canoodle your herbs.
I'm canoodling.
Oh, there we
So
are.
we're just gonna. I don't.
We're gonna incorporate it all in there.
This is all gonna get incorporated.
I'm gonna bring this light down a little bit. It's a little bright.
This is 1 full bag of wide or broad egg noodles. So about
Or a lady egg noodle.
a lady egg noodle.
Well, not a broad. That's rude.
Oh, Jesus, your ches today. All right, so
Derogatory.
this is getting there.
That
This
looks
is,
so good.
this is pretty well.
I love a sweet kugel. I'm very excited for this.
I'm actually gonna put a little extra salt in here because I don't know. It's sometimes like
You want to taste it to find out?
I'm gonna taste it, but I'm just looking at it, and something in the way it looks is indicating to me that
I don't think it needs much. No, I don't think it needs much more. Nope, that doesn't need any salt.
that's actually real tasty.
Delicious.
So, can you pass me 1 large spoon, my love?
Oh. There you are, my angel.
As mentioned before, friends.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna get some space so you can get seen here a little bit.
Okay, but I'm just.
I know, but it's for them. I'm always doing it for them.
And also.
What do you need? That?
I'm gonna just rinse this.
That would just have that stuff in it.
I know, but just rinsing. And into our muffin cups. We're just gonna. Oops, that's a little bit too much.
That's a lot of canoodles in that one.
Yeah, we're gonna. You're making me nervous. The fact that you're standing over me like that is making me so nervous.
Well, where do you expect me to do?
I don't know.
I'll go.
Sorry, friends.
All right.
El Diablo gets performance anxiety all the time.
That's where you and I differ.
Clearly. So yeah, we could probably.
I don't know how Audrey knew my my high school nickname.
Was what?
Mr. Dickface.
Mr. Dickface.
It's exactly what I was called. Not only by my high school classmates, but weirdly by my family.
I don't know.
They did not like me.
Maureen's here. You can confirm.
She knows.
So,
sorry.
Dude, honestly, it's enough. I don't. It's fine. They don't need to. They don't need the overhead light. It's all good. You're giving me.
What?
Claustrophobia. I just feel very put upon right now. Thank you. It's bad enough that I'm making such a mess of this that was me taking it out on you. I apologize, Dan.
All right, I have no problem.
No, that was not fair of me. I'm a big enough person to admit when I've been a horrible bitch. So yeah, obviously putting this in one baking dish and baking it is infinitely easier and less time consuming than this. I'm gonna have to go in there. Oh, could you pass me one paper towel, please? Mm-hmm. Thank you.
The other side.
I am the most like. If you were ever wondering, is El Diablo anal retentive or a little bit expulsive? I think watching me do this, you can figure it out pretty easily.
Are you literally gonna wipe the cream off the edges there?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's gonna burn onto the pan.
I know it's gonna get some flavor and some smoke.
It's gonna burn onto the pan, and then I'm gonna have to do the cleaning up of it.
But you greased it, so it should even just crisp right off.
It could, technically, maybe.
This is gonna take too much time.
All right. Well, it'll take 2 seconds. You just go whoop, 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 wipe.
I'm doing the whoop, whoop, whoop.
Whoop. Come on. You're cleaning, and I'm making more of a mess. All right, guys. I tried. Okay.
There.
I am
Perfect.
not the neatest cook in the world. The rest of this, Audrey, if
Not
you are
like-
coming over, you might have a mini one. There might just be one that comes out of a pan, like a full pan. And I'm just gonna.
All right. So we're into
All right.
those.
Into the oven.
Into the oven.
375
Okay. We're
degrees.
going boom. 375 degrees.
Harold,
Let me
thank
get
you.
the. Hang on. Let me get these in here so we
Some of
can
these aren't
see these here. We're gonna go.
I'm just gonna go.
Yep.
I just want to even them out a little bit. Make sure the cups are full. On the oven, yeah.
Yeah.
Put the timer, yeah, for 40. I'm going to put it for 40 minutes because I would like to get it out of the oven before the episode is over.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Giddy up.
Crystal Lily says you got this, Elle. Be weird if you didn't.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it. But my boob just wants to come. Like, this doesn't make for a really good apron. It sort of defies.
This is where you and I differ.
Well, I understood, but it's in terms of trying to keep my.
The problem with this recipe
clean.
right now, I just want to eat that right out of the bowl.
Well, I could stick it in a baking pan and stick it in the oven with this so that you.
Well, we could do that.
can do that.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we go listen to some music?
I'd love to.
And
do
then
that.
we can do that. We have a lovely friend of ours, all the way in Australia.
Who we miss a lot.
We miss a lot, and we wanted music for this week, and she had an amazing little video of hers. It was her, the first video she did of her first EP. And we have it here for her.
So enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Stir Crazies.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's
Mickey Michelle.
Mickey Michelle. Wait, don't do that yet because I haven't fixed
sorry.
it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mickey Michelle.
A vine, a grapevine, winding kite, my grapevine, my grapevine, my grapevine.
That was a
Yeehaw!
you did a preemptive yeehaw.
I preemptively yeehaw. Yes, it was-
Mickey Michelle, everybody. Her song is Grapevine
You can find it on the internet.
on iTunes or on YouTube.
Yeah.
All the details are up there that were up there, and if you didn't catch them, there you catch them in the closing credits of the show.
Yeah.
All the details.
All the details.
But they are on iTunes or on YouTube. Are you needing another drink?
I would love another.
I think we
I'm
need
just
another drink.
trying to-
I think
Yeah.
because right now we're just waiting, aren't we?
Well, we are. We're just.
But
I'm.
You're so
I'm,
determined to clean. We can clean after the show. We have a whole life,
a whole
after,
life
the show.
after the show. I just
We
want to
can
get the
clean.
eggshells out of the.
You do that. I'm going to make a cocktail, and then we're going to play a game.
play word.
We're going to play words and see how good your Yiddish is.
It's really not good.
Well, that's going to be fun
I
to
was
laugh
raised
at.
by an Irish mama. She did not.
Yeah, but
speak
you're raised by a Jewish daddy.
and
You, in all fairness, you drop Yiddish into
A lot,
regular
yes.
conversation on a fairly regular
It's
basis.
true. I was
So,
just
and I
thinking
think
about
you're
it.
going to have. I think you got an easy 50% on this.
Okay.
But we're going to make a drink first. We're going to go back and make. You bring up our drinks here,
For
please.
sure.
We're going to go back and make the amazing Auld Lang Syne, as created by the beautiful people over at Alcohol Professor.
I'm just gonna slide out for 1 second.
So once again, we're going to start with our cheaper ingredients. So lemon juice, and in this case, we're going to do 1/2 ounce of lemon juice per cocktail. I'm going to bring this on the overhead so you guys can
sorry,
actually see that. No, it's okay. It's okay. So you guys can see that.
Trying to clear some space as well.
So we have the 1/2 ounce of lemon juice per drink. We're going to go in with our honey syrup, and this uses a full ounce per drink. If you don't like it that sweet, go to 3/4.
I
Found
thought
it
you
was
were
a
gonna say something
little sweet.
much ruder.
So it was a little sweeter last time than I preferred, and so I'm going to go just about 3/4 this time, just to pull it back a bit. I had originally done this. We talked earlier when the first time I started testing this. I didn't actually have honey syrup in the fridge. I had made some honey ginger syrup, so I could make some divine dandy D's. But and I found that had, with the spiciness of the ginger, pulled back off the apple and also didn't make it as sweet tasting. This makes it a little sweeter, so I pulled that back. So we went to 3/4 of an ounce in this case.
I know you're going to get mad that I'm cleaning. I just want to get you a knife for your garnish.
Sure, I have 3 knives right there.
But this one.
We're going to go 1/2 ounce of apple cider. Did you just literally wash something that you didn't need to wash and then pull something else out?
Yep. You sound like you don't know me sometimes.
I know, I do know you, but it's
Every
all
day's
right.
like an adventure.
And 1 ounce of the Calvados per cocktail. So the only thing I really adjusted in this one was 3/4. I went from full ounce of honey syrup to 3/4 ounce of honey syrup. And again, when you're making your cocktails, do that. If you find you make a drink and you feel like it's too alcoholic, pull back your spirit a bit. If you feel it's too sweet, pull back your sugars. You know, this is the fun of playing around with this stuff, is that you really can sort of make it your own. I mean, the concept of chasing, for one of the great ones everybody always, when you're first making, is chasing the perfect martini. And the perfect martini is so subjective. So play around. What makes the perfect martini to you? And don't be afraid to go and make it one way and make it an entirely different way. So in this case, we're doing 2 full ounces of our aged Havana's Club 7-year-old. And
every time you say that, I think of S Club 7. I don't know why.
Havana Club
Anybody
7.
else? When you say Havana Club 7,
I know who S Club 7 is.
No,
Australia.
I wasn't questioning whether or not you knew
Oh,
who
okay,
S
okay.
Club was. I was just, I don't know
And
why.
we're gonna fill our mixing glass with ice, and we're gonna top that with our shaker. Boom.
And now I'm
And
coming
let's
back
go
to the main.
now to the main. Oh, I'm taking care for you. And we're going to go for a nice shake so people can see how you shake it, my angel.
I just parked this in between, so.
That's lovely. All right. There we go. And we're going to go into our glasses that I just rinsed.
Oh, you're allowed to clean. What do you need?
I'm going to go with this. And I'm not going to be so fussy. Usually I would double strain this, but I'm not going to be so
But the
fussy.
strainer's in the sink, and
I know.
you
I
don't
don't feel like fussing this time. Oh, now I just spilled a little bit. There we go. There we have that, and we're gonna finally grab a little piece of apple.
A petit morceau. A bissel. A bissel of apple.
There we go. That's what I want.
Very nice.
This is what I want. I want that. Take the seeds out.
They're very good for you.
The seeds?
Yeah, they've got cyanide in them.
Watch out.
And a little bit of cyanide is an anti-carcinogen. Did you know that?
Well, I don't know.
See, all of the learning that we do on
You asked me a
Disturbed
question and then literally did not wait for my
You
answer.
said, I don't know.
I literally went, I
Oh, I heard, I heard, I don't know,
I
is
know.
what I heard. So pardon me.
There we go.
Going deaf in my ear.
What? There we go. One more time, the old Lang Syne.
L'chaim?
Mazel. Ah, I love that drink.
It's very good. This
love
is one that
apple.
I would say, like, you gotta try this, especially because it's apple picking season right now. Or have we passed that? I think we're still in apple picking season.
End of August. Yeah, there's no apples right now.
Yeah.
Depends on the type of apples you like. It's delicious. This is a delicious drink.
Cheers. I'm glad that we.
This is also one of those things where I find if you're building your bar, what kind of sort of everybody knows the basic spirits to put in there, but what are some odd things? I would almost say Calvados. One of the things with Calvados is it's very good. It's not cheap. Watch the gravity. We put extra gravity right there.
My flip flop got stuck
But
to the
I will
floor.
say this. This is a very, very cheap apple cider. And if you're looking for something, a lot of times we'll cook with, or we'll make drinks with our various different syrups. You need sweet. I mean, again, if you're making anything else, you want to have that spirit, the sour, the sweet. You don't have to just use sugars. But something like that is an amazing sweet to use to infuse something with apple and it's got quite a sweet quality to it. So you can get some really interesting aspects to standard drinks. You want to make an old fashioned and use that instead of syrup or sugar in any sense. You're going to get an entirely different flavor, and it's going to be an amazing thing to play around with. So if you always think about that, when I'm thinking about sweets, what's a cheap way to enhance my bar? Go to things like a cider you see in there. Go to something like that. You're going to find some really interesting.
L'chaim to the director Chauvin. It was lovely speaking with you today.
Director
Randy.
Oh, hi.
Randy and Tony. Hey,
Oh,
Randy,
the director
Tony.
Chauvin is here. Hi, how are you?
Shana tova.
You want to play a game?
I was about to say one thing. Oh, Calvados.
Sorry, yes.
The other great use for apple brandy is Dan makes delicious waffles.
I make my waffles. I do a compote.
And then he does an apple compote because waffles with apple compote is like next level delish. And the Calvados, like having apple brandy is good for baking.
Oh
also.
yeah, brandies, things like that. Any of your whiskey-based syrups or spirits are great. Bourbon is phenomenal for that kind of stuff. But I find your apple. Pear Alexander is also another really good one for that.
Yeah. So just as much as it's not cheap, it's not a booze that you're going to drink every day.
Exactly.
But at the same time, there are multiple uses for it, so that if you're investing in it, you don't have to feel bad that I spent that much money on apple brandy.
And by not cheap, I'm going to say if you want
$30-40 bucks. Huh?
I think a cheaper bottle, at least in Quebec here, you're going to spend probably closer to $50 for a cheaper bottle.
But again, it's not it's not like a vodka or a gin that you're necessarily going to be drinking all the time. It's
It is, but it is also one of those ones, if you find you really develop a taste and you really want to, it's one of like, you can easily find $500 to $1,000 bottles of Calvados. It's really interesting. All right, I think it's time to play a game. I'm so excited to see if I think you're trying to delay it. I think you're purposely trying to delay my game.
Oh, yeah?
For people who haven't seen us play wordplay, I'm gonna hang on. Let me go to the wordplay screen. Wordplay. Hey, here we are in the game Wordplay. In this game, now normally when we play this game, and you get on the other side of your W. You gotta go okay, you can come over here. There you are. So normally when we play this game, what I'll do, we've done it before with, we did it last week with the 20s. Okay, stop trying to look at yourself.
Yeah, I'm making sure
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're just looking at yourself, though.
Trying to make sure my face was well placed.
But normally we play this game where I will give you an expression and you see if you can give me the definition. We did it for the 20s. We did that for the New Orleans show. Now this time we're going to do this with the Yiddish edition. As you can see, we put up the Yiddish edition, or the Yiddition. In this case, I'm going to give you the definition, and I want you to come up with the word or expression.
Okay.
All right? Are you ready? Do you understand the rules?
I do not expect
If you want to
well.
play at home and you feel your Yiddish is strong,
jump in.
Please do. We're starting with the first one. The definition is something that is all screwed up or foobar.
Fakakta.
You are correct. The answer is fakakta. Now, again, I don't think some of these spellings are correct. I pulled them from some website. I don't think that. I've seen fakakta spelled about 5 or 6 different ways, but all Jewish words.
All Jewish Yiddish words are all like Rosh Hashanah or Hanukkah. Sometimes it takes 2 N's.
I know
one
9
N,
different spellings of Hanukkah.
With the H on the end, sometimes not with the H on the end. So
Yeah.
Fakakta.
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 Fakakta. So if you want to say that thing is totally screwed up, that's fakakta. All right.
Or like, what's the deal with this fakakta, whatever it is. Yeah.
So this, and I think the first few are going to be fairly easy. I think you're going to get them, and some of them I just think it's funny. All right, the next one is someone who is particularly clueless, inept, and often klutzy.
Often klutzy.
Somebody who is clueless, klutzy, or clumsy.
I was going to say
They're both words that exist.
No, but I could figure out why you used the word I was going to give you in the definition. So clearly that's not
the word. I did that on purpose so that you wouldn't think it was the word. I didn't actually do that.
Someone who is particularly clueless.
Yeah. Inept. Often klutzy.
I don't know.
Let me give you a hint. Often you would describe this person as somebody who spills soup on someone. This is the person who spills soup on someone. Really?
Yeah.
It was made very, very popular by Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams.
Okay,
the word is
I'm going to kick myself.
Schlemiel.
Schlemiel. Schlemiel. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Schlemiel.
Schlemiel. A schlemiel, and often I've had, and it's funny because I've had this conversation with Jeremy very, very many times, because it's funny that when I ask anybody who's Jewish, what does schlemiel mean? They'll say, it's the guy who spills the soup.
So the klutzy inept person who spills
is a schlemiel.
Is a schlemiel.
All right. All right, your next one. A person with constant bad luck to whom things usually happen.
My father would be so upset with me right now.
You're going to be incredibly upset with yourself.
Person with constant bad luck and to whom bad things usually happen. I know that. Like I know this. Like on
you
the
do
inside,
know this.
I'm screaming.
In fact, you and I have had a conversation about this word.
Hit me.
Let me put it this way. He's the guy who gets soup spilt on him.
The schmuck?
No. This is the schlemazel.
Oh, schlemazel, gotcha.
I just thought that would be an easy start.
It was.
I guess you're not going to go for your 50%.
I told you, I'm not going to do relevant.
You're going to do great. You're going to do fantastic. Don't worry. How about this one? What is a drunk or an alcoholic?
A shicker.
You got shicker.
I actually said to my cousin today, I got shickered last night. Speak to you later. So,
a shicker.
There's something about Hebes, and I don't know why we do this, Hebrews and Shebrews, where the SH, before, like, we call, like, growing up, weed wasn't weed, it was schmeez. If you were sleeping
but we
with
do
someone,
that too. We
you
did
were
that too.
stupping. This one was a it's a steezy, or steezy, or like, I don't know what our obsession with the is.
Yeah.
Because it's not is Hebrew, is Jewish.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and for those of you who don't understand, I'll explain later.
All right. How about this one? What is a worthless person?
A worthless person.
A worthless person. Give me a guess.
I have no idea.
No idea.
No idea.
Giving it up. It is kadokus. Kadokus.
Kadokus? I don't know if I know Kadokus.
Well, now you do. I'm teaching you something here.
Well,
This is where
every week
we're
you get
getting
to
more
learn a
difficult.
thing.
We're getting more difficult.
That's okay.
This is where we stepped it up.
Either I'm going to shine now because the Yiddish I know is so freaking bizarre.
Yeah.
But
All right. How about the next one? To burp. Don't walk out. The people
no,
are watching.
I'm not. I'm thinking to. I know this.
Burping in Yiddish.
You give it to me.
Give it to you. You're giving up immediately?
I'm giving up. Grips. See, I told you, I know all of these. They're not sitting at the frontal cortex right now.
Yes. Greps. How about a shithead?
A shithead?
Shithead. Now, I'm going to give you a hint. In German, there's a very common insult in German. In German, we call you a Scheißkopf. Kopf being head.
Well, Dummkopf
Scheisse.
is stupid head.
Yeah, if you're an idiot, we call you a Dummkopf.
But
a Scheisse is shit. Kopf is head. They're not far off.
Well, no, because Yiddish is based in German. But I don't know.
You're not going to take a stab?
Scheißkopf? No.
We'll never know. I lost it. It was pretty much Scheißkopf, yeah. I don't know. I guess I didn't save that properly. All right, how about this one? A drawn out or interminable tale. A story that goes...
Spiel.
It's not spiel. That sounds right, but it's not.
Okay. Okay. I don't know.
give up?
I said spiel.
It is...
A Megillah.
A Megillah.
Which is the scroll that we read for Jewish Halloween, which is Purim. So yeah, Megillah makes sense.
It goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
All right, next one. A curse. Okay, this is the final one. This is the most complicated because it's a literal translation. A curse meaning, may you lie in the ground and bake bagels.
I have no idea. I have no
Now,
idea.
what I'm going to need you to do is read
it?
Yeah, so can you, it's...
Lying in dread and bacon bagel. Bagel.
And what it was is it meant it was a curse to somebody that when you die...
May you continue to work?
No, well, basically, you're going to go somewhere that you're going to... And they said hell, but I know Jewish people don't really believe in hell.
Yeah.
But you'll go to a place where you have to make bagels.
For the rest of your life.
But you won't get to eat any of the bagels.
Gotcha.
So that is that.
Yiddish is a funny language, man.
It is. That, ladies and gentlemen, Stir Crazies, has been Wordplay, the Yiddish edition.
Yeladim.
You did a good. You did no. You out of I think I had 8. You had 4.
Megillah is Hebrew.
50%. It's not Irish. It sounds like it should be Irish.
No,
That's McGillicuddy.
It's a lazy saying, but it is
McGillicuddy.
Hebrew. But to so many of the stuff, it's like somebody said to me.
Wait.
Somebody said to me today, "I'll call you an abyssal," and I was like, "Oh, there's so much."
The vacuum cleaner?
There's so much Yiddish and Hebrew that integrates into my like regular everyday. That I don't know. I think some of it does overlap, the Yiddish and the Hebrew, and some of it really not.
I'm going to see what's going on in here.
Take a look. It's in a book.
Well, those are looking really good. I'm going to bring people in here. I want to fly cam you guys
Put
in.
people in our oven.
So you can see what's
not
going on.
cool, man. It's not cool.
Why did you have to put that way? This is not the
That's hot
episode
in
to
there.
do this.
It's hot in there, but that's kind of why I'm like, it's not the episode to put people in the oven.
Well, we steamed you up a bit.
Well,
Those steamy, we're gonna get rid of that.
That guy needed some more noodles. He was noodle.
Look at that.
He's a little bit noodle less.
Oh, that's so good.
That is going to be tasty, I think. I
All
suspect
right.
that might be yummy.
That was just delicious looking. Oh, we got a thanks for the follow there. I don't know how to say your name, but thank you very much for the follow. It's a lot of letters. It's maybe Hebrew.
But often when I see people's usernames, sometimes I'm like, is it stand for something? Like, do you have is there a whole manifesto in your name?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like.
Oh, you know what we haven't talked about?
What haven't we talked about?
Next week.
Next week there's
It's a big week for us.
It's a big week. Next week.
Two big things happening.
3 big things actually.
Well, in the concept of stir crazy.
The third one could also have.
Yeah, but we have no. I don't want to tip that.
That's
I don't want that to come out yet.
That's fine.
Stop tipping the bit, lady. The next Thursday is our season finale. We're going to take a few weeks off. We'll probably come back for Halloween. That's the goal, is to come back for the Halloween show.
The Halloween show, which will also maybe be my late birthday show.
Late birthday. You're going to do we'll do something online to celebrate you and your birthday. We'll maybe do the further adventures of Shauna Tova. So next week is our season finale. We're going to have Chef Duyan here in the studio. We're going to have Ben Cardilli in studio. I want to see if we can get Kingpin on
live
on a call.
Live on a call. Unfortunately, our sexy woman is indisposed.
She's indisposed.
She will be doing a special edition.
She was doing a special edition. Her and I have already talked about it, and I think it's hilarious. I'm quite proud of that idea. And probably some other special treats.
Oh, yeah,
we're gonna do I want to do a full blooper.
I want to do a blooper reel.
Blooper reel of all of our different bloopers from our
promo filming.
Our promo filming. There's a bunch of weird things that happen there.
Yeah, we could probably
especially for the silent movie. You overacting in the silent movie. I think we just put all the audio of that. Oh no! You're like Sing in the Rain lady. No. So that we have a bunch of stuff. It's going to be a fun show. Please come back. Tell everybody about it. We want to make that.
We want to break records.
We want to break at least our own records.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not anybody else's records.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't care what they're doing. I care what we're doing.
And then on Friday night.
What's happening Friday night?
Friday night. What's happening Friday night? This is happening Friday night. So there we have it. That next week is our next After Dark.
Yeah, we took August off.
Zyra Lee Vanity will be here. I put the wrong name up there. I will fix that.
Zyra Lee, she didn't give her her last name.
I didn't. I honestly didn't know that was her last name.
Yes. But yes, Zyra will be.
I have been away from burlesque for so long. I don't know who anybody is anymore.
The Lady Josephine will be on the show.
Lady Josephine will be. Wait. Let me do this right.
All right, sorry.
Hang on.
I'm always screwing up.
So, there we are. Now we have the proper background.
Okay, cool.
So now for next week's show,
yes.
It's going to be.
Is this what we needed?
Yeah, because the next week's show, Lady Josephine will be here. Look, you can see her. Oh, right over there.
Oh, you see her over there.
No, you don't. Look where you're pointing.
I'm pointing at Josephine.
No, you're not. Do you see you're there? You. I'm pointing at Josephine. Your fingers are going entirely the wrong way. Oh, it's okay. The world is a difficult place, and pointing
is
the hardest.
Fishhole.
This is the only time I talk to people. I'm very shut in.
Someone save Danny D.
So, The amazing lady Josephine will be here. She's pointing the wrong way again. She's over here. Just so you know, they're all over here. Lady Josephine will be here. Pinch and Squeal from Cleveland. I love Pinch and Squeal. They were supposed to be when we went down into quarantine. They were supposed to be on my next
Old Fashioned show.
Divine Entities Old Fashioned. I love them. They're a great vaudeville act. She was a burlesquer. He was a musician. They got together and created this entirely wonderful, unique thing. They have a beautiful theater of their own that they do out of Cleveland. It's phenomenal. I love them. Zyra Lee Vanity. There should be a vanity at the end. I'm sorry, Zyra, if you're watching this.
Look at this picture.
This picture is phenomenal. This is a fantastic picture.
Yeah, it gives me feelings.
I don't think it's feelings you're feeling. I don't think it's emotions you're having. I think it's more base.
More base?
More base things that you're feeling.
Animal.
She will be here. Of course, I will be here.
You will be.
With D's Nuts.
Those nuts?
No.
Oh, wait. D's Nuts.
D's Nuts. My D's Nuts, which of course is the beautiful Elle Diabloe. The amazing
Shimmer Joe.
Shimmer Joe. And of course,
Joy Rider.
Joy Rider. So that'll be fantastic. We'll have that up. And lastly, and this is a big deal.
For me, it's a huge
This is a big deal, I think, for any burlesquer.
She's like...
She is...
I
think after Dita, she is probably the most well-known burlesquer.
To me, it's not about the well-knownness. I'm very lucky to have friends that are also idols.
Yes.
You know, Lulu La Duchesse is one of my oldest friends, but also someone I look up to so much. And the next person we're about to announce
and this I want to do, and Michelle Moore
is another one of my. She's inspired me so much in my career, and
phenomenal,
she's an
incredible
performer, an amazing teacher, and an all-around groovy human. So, like, I'm super excited.
Should be. So that is our cast for next. Thus far. Plus,
have some surprises.
Plus Tristan Ginger will be here with Tristan
in the
Sheets. Which, now that I think about it, when you don't have context, it sounds very racist.
It's not just one sheet, though. It's sheets with an S.
It just sounds like he's got friends.
I love it when we get to the point in the show where we crack each other up, but it's kind of like, sorry.
And Kingpin will enter Kingpin's hideaway next week. We'll truly enter it.
We're gonna.
Last time we did a show, we had Kingpin on. He did an entire segment on old-timey vibrators.
He did. Last time I hung out with Kingpin in person, he brought a bunch of
old-timey vibrators. He's never far, in all fairness, he's never far from a vibrator, that man.
That's also true.
Which you don't want when you're shaving with a straight razor.
That's good. I'm very glad that he kept the vibrator separate from the straight razor.
That's true. That's true. So, that's...
25th.
25th, next Friday. So Thursday night, be here with us. Eat some food, prep all your food, and you'll sit down next week.
And I still haven't decided what I'm making for next week. And part of me wants to put it to all of you. If there's been a recipe that you've either loved in season 1 that you want me to remake, I'm happy to do that. I'm also kind of open to y'all challenging me to make a thing. We just have to make sure that it can be made and consumed within 2 hours. So if you've got a challenge for El Diablo and you want to bring it, bring it. If not, I'm going to pick something. Or if there's something that you loved and you're like, let's eat this again next Thursday. I know Audrey Ivory's going to say crab rangoon. So
I like the fact that she said crab ragout, and then Missy went, so it literally got the crab ragout.
I'm now becoming known for my crab rangoons. So we could do crab rangoon, or we could do whatever.
That's a weird thing to not be known for.
Is it?
I'm known for my political satire.
Not me. I'm known for crab rangoon and not being able to count it.
Ozzy, my Mickey Michelle wants Ozzy theme. Were you here, Mickey, for when you were on the damn show?
Did you get to see yourself on the show tonight, Mickey Michelle?
She'll see it in the replay.
Also, we've got about 8 minutes left, and other than Eliza Perez, who wrote and said, "I like your shirt/apron," I don't think anyone has commented or deciphered the true meaning of my apron. So you've got about a minute before. I mean, the director show band is going to know for sure.
Yeah. So
It's kind of funny.
And next week we'll introduce some new swag that will be
Yes.
the limited edition.
Limited edition. Buy it next week or lose it forever. Swag.
Season finale, and it might be a season. Well, maybe a season finale theme idea. Kind of fun. We didn't even know. But yes, we will have that next week. So you get ready to jump on that. If you want to, you still have a few minutes. We never mentioned. You've probably seen it come up in the chat. If you want to help us out, we have a link in there which shows our tip jar on PayPal. Also, our wish list on Amazon if you want to help us out with gear and what have you.
But we're also just happy to have you. So don't feel
Don't tell them not to do things.
Shush.
Don't tell them.
I don't want them to feel pressure.
I want them to feel pressure.
Don't pressure.
Pressure. I feel pressure.
Now there's Billy.
Under
now
pressure.
Now there's Billy. You went under pressure, and in my head I was pressure. Billy Joel.
I know.
But I love the fact, Misty, that you looked it up. You also could have just texted Zach, and he would have told you. But you know, you've got 30 seconds to do that.
Mickey missed herself, which is
I
what
miss myself.
I
these
often
days,
say
man.
that about Mickey. Mickey missed herself.
Oh, see, and I miss myself these days. I'm not really sure who I am anymore. But that's a
you and me both,
That's
sister.
a conversation for another day, or a drunk FaceTime, or whatever. But we can hear you whispering.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, the top portion of the apron says in Hebrew, "Chai," which is
It's a hello. No, okay.
no, "Chai" is life. So often you'll see, if you've ever seen Jewish people wearing a necklace that is not a Star of David or a Jewish star, often people will wear the Chai necklace.
I had a high necklace I wore for a very long time.
Did you think it was a thing from? Because I've also seen that some
I
Chinese,
thought it was a tiny little house.
some Chinese
No, I
website
knew
was
I knew
selling
exactly
these
what it
as
was. I knew exactly.
As
I worked in the schmata business for a very long time.
That's a schmata to you.
That's what I said.
So it says
What's schmata with you?
high AF is basically what it says, as in high as fuck. But,
Mine says they're crazy.
high AF.
High AF. Because are you stoned, Rick?
I'm usually stoned, but don't tell anyone.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That is new information to me.
Well, you
Can we
are
eat
not
some
so
food?
observant.
Oh.
Kind of like me and my Judaism.
I think we should eat some food. We got 5 minutes, and
Yeah,
that says
5
3
minutes.
minutes.
That's
but I
about
think
3 minutes.
let's- Oh, those look
You know
good.
what? What we're gonna do is we'll leave the one that we made.
Oh yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
That's got some
gonna-
time. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
gonna-
But these look
These guys
delicious.
look like they're ready.
Oh, look at the. Okay, look. I'm gonna
Oh.
bring the overhead out so you can see that. Boom, overhead. Look at these.
Oh.
Look at those beautiful little sons
Like
of
nobody
bitches.
take this the wrong way, because I'm such a fatty in my head. I want to take these and then put boursin on the top.
Well,
of
you know,
them.
here's the thing, and I don't know if you when we did our kugel when I was younger,
Mhm.
we would make a sweet kugel, but
Yeah.
we would make a sour cream sauce that went on top of it, so it was sort of a tangy,
Tangy,
sour,
sweet and savory kind of.
yeah.
This guy's gonna pop right out.
I think they're all gonna pop right out. I think they're.
Oh,
Look at
mama,
all
they're
of these.
hot though. These are very hot.
These are all. Let me here. This is where having
This
this
is why
spoon is
also
really nice.
Where having noodles is good, because you could. It's like it's its own handle. And here you go.
All right, let's bring those.
Well, I'm
boop.
gonna put this over here.
And I'm gonna bring these over here so they can all see them. Actually, I'm gonna bring first of all. Let's organize these in a pretty way so people can see this. There we are, and then we'll go overhead. Here we go, and go overhead. Look at this.
Damn.
Oh wait, I even got the
Oh wait.
light. I'm not
extra-
supposed to do this. My wife hates when I use this
don't
light.
hate- I just
She
hate
gets
when it-
so mean.
I don't get mean.
It's so angry.
Jesus.
Look at this. Look at these beautiful little
Like, I'm not
tiny
the best
cuggles.
Jew. I don't eat kosher. I don't often go to synagogue.
I ate kosher once.
But I think
He
right
didn't-
now
he was not happy with it.
this is like, it's restored my, as Lulu La Duchesse would say, for a different reason. I got my Jewish card back tonight. So she doesn't say that. She says something else. But yeah, I think
Her V card?
she always, we joke about the.
I know it. I'm making a joke.
Yes. Okay. Yes. But yeah.
All right, shall we try one of these?
Yeah, let's try
We
the
don't.
thing.
Oh, here. We've got little
sorry,
plates in here.
We have
Yeah,
clean
tiny little-
dishwasher.
Tiny plates
Here,
in
a
here.
plate.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we can have, and
Alright.
we can make it an interesting.
Okay. I'm just gonna
Visual.
move these out of the way.
And would you like a fork, my angel?
Yes.
Would you like a
please.
knife, or do you need a? I think we can do it without.
I don't know. If
Oh,
I-
these are.
Oh,
look at that.
that.
Oh, these are very hot, but they're.
These are very hot, like very, very hot. But
They're crunchy and crispy.
See, you were so worried that cooking the noodles wasn't going to keep them crispy, but that's quite tasty.
Yeah.
So if you've never made a kugel before, go for it. If you're used to sweet kugel, this is not a sweet kugel. This is a savory, quite tasty because of the sage. There's something really nice about. I really like this.
It's very
flavor.
good. And these in little cups is phenomenal. I love the little cups.
This
If you're
guy's-
doing an appetizer or you want to
Yeah.
do like a picnic,
Well, that's what I was going to say. I know that a lot of, hey, Jewish friends.
here, I'm going to put this back here because this is pretty and I think
Okay.
people should get to see this.
Hey, Jewish friends. I understand that it's the new year. But don't go getting together in big, huge groups of people for the new year. We want to be around to see next year's new year for 5782. So most synagogues have their services online. I keep joking with my family of how many Jews bought patio heaters this year because Rosh Hashanah dinner is going to happen all outside. God will forgive you if you don't spread a plague. We're very familiar with the plague thing.
Why did God create the plague in the first place?
Well,
What's
because
up with that? What's up with his deal?
The Egyptians were bad, but that's Passover, and we'll deal with that next year. The Egyptians.
So this
are
is from Egypt? I thought
the
it was from
Egyptians are
China.
not bad. No. I'm gonna get in so much trouble now. But no, just be kind to each other. Take care of each other and understand that truly, and yes, I am a bacon cheeseburger eating Jew, but I truly believe that God will forgive us for not spreading a plague this year. So you don't need to get together in huge groups to celebrate the new year. That's just my take. I am entitled, as are you, to our own opinions. Shana Tova.
Speaking for people who aren't Jewish, Christians, smarten up.
Wear a mask. It's non-denominational.
I don't have any. There's the show. You have fun?
I had a great time. Did you have fun?
I had fun. This is a delicious cocktail. That is fantastic. I'm
To
going to say
those
this.
people who said that you're coming over, in about 2 minutes, send us a message if you're actually coming over, so we'll know to prepare for you.
Next week, season finale.
And After Dark.
And After Dark. Please come back. Spread the word. We're going to have a cool promo coming out very, very soon for that. Thank you for joining us.
On vous adore.
Wear a mask. Put it over your nose.
Yeah.
Don't wear it down here. It's not a chin beard.
This is not an apron. The same way this is not a
If
mask.
your pants are around your knees, you're not wearing pants.
Thank you, Russian Audrey. Shana Tova. To the whole mishpacha.
Shut it over to you, my love.
And to you, my love.
Have a good Rosh Hashanah, everybody. Take care of each other. We love you. Wear
I'm El
it.
Diablo.
I'm the divine entity. Wear a damn mask.